Your own bed or bunk beds. Hostelling in Whistler can be as public or private as you like. Choose your own adventure today on The Express. Wow, this is an incredible television room. Coming up, this is not your average hostel.
People refer to them as more like hotel type room than hostel rooms.
I don't get that motivation until late at night.
Then late night inspiration hits. Owls take shape in this Whistler kitchen.
Quite often I'll stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning painting away.
It's been a long road to bringing Capoiera to Whistler. And didgeridoo Thai massage. You'll only find it here on Shaw TV. The Express, your local voice. Welcome to The Express on Shaw TV. I'm your Sea to Sky host, Nicole Fitzgerald. Traveling is all about adventures, doing new things and meeting new people. So today we're getting out of the hotel box and tucking into Hostelling International Whistler. It's a legacy of the 2010 Winter Olympic Games. The hostel is located in Cheakamus Crossing, the former Olympic athlete village. Now it's home to many locals, including this next artist.
This little owl will probably end up being a nice bright sky blue. I don't get that motivation until late at night. I don't know why it hits me so late at night, but quite often I'll stay up till 1 or 2 in the morning painting away.
Blame it on these big eyes. Fortunately, her nocturnal friends keep artist Holly St. Denis in good company. A bit of a night owl herself, late-night inspiration doesn't hit until all is quiet at her kitchen table in Whistler.
My grandfather collected owls when I was a kid, and I don't know, I sort of made just the one thinking of him, but didn't expect to start a collection with it.
Papier-mâché owls have become Holly's signature. Big ones, small ones, blue ones, green ones. Each has its own unique look.
I can make little changes here and there and make them completely different, and each one is fun because they can be different colors and slightly different changes around the eyes and the feathers.
All of Holly's owls are made from papier-mâché. Growing up in an artist family, the Langley native worked in sketching, sculpting, painting, and pottery. But she best appreciated the hands-on shaping and sculpting papier-mâché afforded, especially living in a ski resort town.
Living up here in Whistler, we don't have a craft store that you can go and buy products from easily, and papier-mâché is one that I can pick up my products locally and make it myself at home, so it's always a little easier that way. It's more convenient.
But the application is far from the haphazard kindergarten craft project most of us are familiar with.
You can go a little further than that. Like I make my own paper pulp clay, which is another form of papier-mâché, and you're just using a few extra mediums like wall plaster, glue, flour, and you make a clay, and then that you use to sculpt over top of your base, which is the strips of newspaper.
The owls are my absolute favorite. Check out this cute little guy hanging out in his nest. You can meet Holly's owls at whimsyowlway.com or here at the Whistler Public Library, where they're currently on display. Different kind of wildlife are showcased here, including a wily blue fox.
The fox I gave moving arms and legs, so that was a little bit trickier.
Growing up on a hobby farm, all sorts of barnyard friends take shape under this Whistler Arts Council member's hands.
Runner ducks are those tall, skinny ducks that you see running around where they stand straight up like little pencils almost, like the duck in the movie Babe. And we had them when I was a kid, and they were just hilarious, the funniest birds. And so I thought it'd be kind of fun to make a couple of those.
Duck, fox, or owl, all artworks are colorful.
I didn't want it to be taken too seriously. I wanted, people to see it and smile.
Morning, noon, and night. These owls can stay out all day long. The only night owl at this table is the artist. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV. Holly is a bit of a collector herself. She collects teapots. Again, her owls are on display at the Whistler Public Library. Where to stay when you're coming to Whistler? There's so many choices: hotels, timeshares, rentals. Why not try on a hostel for size? There's more than backpackers hanging out around here.
We like our guests to learn about the culture, also meet with other travelers that are like-minded. People make friends, they can end up going on the mountain together. They also get to meet some of the locals using our cafe checkies here, so it's a good kind of combination of all group ages, all different cultures.
Bunk beds, this is exactly what I think about with hosteling. So do you need to bring your own sleeping bag?
You don't actually. We provide all the linens, also the towels on your bed when you arrive, and we have extras at the front desk if you need more.
And how does the bathroom setup work?
The bathroom's right outside, so it's 2 dorms like this one. You share the 1 washroom and shower, so it's not like that typical floor washroom setup, so it's a little more private. Our private rooms are really nice. They're, a lot of people refer to them as more like hotel type room than hostel rooms. They have a queen size bed in them, flat screen TV, your very own washroom and shower. Most of them have a pretty good view of the mountains out back as well.
Wow, this is an incredible television room. And look at the size of that big flat screen TV. This must be very popular.
It is for sure, yeah. A lot of our guests like to come here after a long day on the mountain, or if it's raining outside in the summer and they don't feel like going out there. It's the room that we used to do our movie night every week as well. We offer a lot of services. We rent snowshoes and bikes on site, depending on the season. We have the storage room where people can put their skis and bikes in it. It's secured by key card access. It's got a camera as well, controlled.
Of course, guests can dine down in the cafeteria, or they can make their own meals right up here in the community kitchen. How does it work?
That's right. The kitchen's fully equipped, so all the pots and pans, cutlery and everything guests will need is in there already. We also have fridges where people can store their food. We've got food lockers that you can lock as well. People get to meet other people and hang out in the dining room afterwards.
Seems like a really social environment up here.
It is, absolutely. Staying at the hostel is definitely a great way to meet new people and make new friends.
I can't get over how squeaky clean this place is. Hostelling International Whistler is located right at the entrance to Whistler, across from Function Junction. It's about a 2-hour drive from Vancouver, which doesn't seem like much unless you're traveling it every weekend. The things people will do to live out their dreams.
Paranaway, Paranaway, Parana. I was captivated by the movements of the higher level students, and the ways that they were moving their body seemed so foreign to anything that I've done, and I really wanted to see if it was possible for me to move like that.
After clocking more than 150,000 kilometers over the past 8 years along the Sea to Sky Highway, from Vancouver to Whistler to attend Capoiera classes, Cole Manson is not only moving like the experts he aspired to, but he's become a Capoiera instructor himself.
So this is the movement called the Ginga. Okay? The Ginga movement is the foundation movement for Capoeira.
6 years ago, he opened the Capoeira Ache Brazil Academy in Whistler as part of the Whistler Martial Arts Center.
To become a teacher in Capoeira takes quite a while, so I did fast track my training quite a bit. Technically, I'm a student teacher. I've got one year left before I'm a graduated formado. Okay, we're gonna go right leg first. Okay, and feet together, switch.
Cole's rank is illustrated in the gold and blue belt he wears. The Afro-Brazilian martial art follows a belt system like Asian martial arts, but the similarities stop there. Since training in Taekwondo at 5 years old, Cole has worked his way through many different martial art forms, including karate, jiu-jitsu, kung fu, and finally capoeira, his final frontier.
I fell in love right away. I knew it was a martial art that I've never come close to experiencing in my time doing martial arts. It's a freedom art, a freedom dance. The people that did capoeira to free themselves from slavery. Dois, três.
After a warm-up, beginners such as myself and advanced students such as Magdalena Regdos are paired together to work on kicks and dodging. Kicks, jumping, and acrobatics characterize capoeira movements.
all levels mixed together in the same class. The more advanced students help the new students, and the new students have a chance to see where their capoeira growth can go. Once you get into the capoeira, after many years, that's all you think about. It becomes addictive in a good way.
The movement component of the class turned to music as Cole invited students to play and sing.
You learn singing, you learn the language of Portuguese through the songs, you learn how to play the instruments. Without the music, it's not capoeira. The music sets the tone for what kind of game you play.
All of the exercises and cross-floor routines led to this circle, or hada.
The game basically is two people in the middle of the circle dancing or fighting or both, and it's basically a conversation of the body. And eventually, if the game turns into more of a fight, it turns into a takedown or a trip or a kick to the body like a point. If not, it can be a friendly game, kind of like a breakdance battle.
I may have lost this battle, but for Cole, it's a win. His dream is to share his passion with others as he works towards becoming a master, a 25-year-long road.
Everybody in Whistler's living the dream of some sort.
Some dreams just require a longer drive to get there. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV. It's so much fun. I've already had my second class. Capoeira is offered on Sundays and Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. You are watching The Express, and you'll only find it here on Shaw TV. We've got more community stories coming up. After the break, a didgeridoo isn't the first thing you think about when signing up for a massage. And where are our Olympians now?
Still also reliving the moment when I could turn to the crowd and there was that huge cheer.
Nicole Fitzgerald's clothing provided by Peak Performance. Ski gear provided by Nordica. Hairstyling by The Loft Salon. Makeup by Beauty Mark. Parking provided by the Fire Rock Lounge.